capital, there are advantages and disadvantages also. Like every project is cleared or monitored by not only by the government department, but there are so many environmentalists. So before you can leave the committee room, they're already noted. But let me tell you what are the type of projects which you deal with, particularly in the SCSE of Delhi or the government of Delhi. Mainly they're in the nature of building construction and area development projects and townships, and with some service and infrastructure activities. Now, in SCSE, we apply, and as rightly said by Dr. Varshney also, that we are supposed to take a decision which are meant to be unanimous, which is where the problem comes, and I think I'll discuss later on. But let me see what are the issues in it. First of all, this application has to be made by the proponent, not by consultant or any other person, because he's the one ultimately responsible for inception to completion of the project. So it is done through forms like Form 1 and Form 1A. Form 1s deal with the information and the activity and the environmental safety. The second one, which is supplementary form, deals with the checklist basically of environmental impacts. And the third one has been added recently called conceptual plan, just to give a description of what is the project all about and some information about the project itself. Now, as you know that I am by training an architectural city planner with specializations in energy and environment, but our job here is to look for the environmental appraisal. So basically we deal with land, water and air parameters. Land particularly the location, extent of land, the land use, the siting, blah, blah, etc. That will be totality in terms of land. The second important component is of course the water, dealing with particularly hydrology and water quality characteristics, everything. The same with the air also, all the ecological details, the air quality, mitigation, etc. And the other equally important things are, of course, how these things are being disposed of and treated. And which means we also take care of the solid, liquid, and gaseous effluents which come out or unhoused. The other equally important thing, being in Delhi College, you know that a city where we had about 1,000 cars a day, private cars a day, the traffic and transportation becomes equally important, which I think CAC has done a number of studies to show the effects of it. The transportation, of course, here doesn't mean simply the vehicles, but also including the circulation, the parking, the storage and handling. And the other ones equally important are probably the occupational safety and health. Because we are not only sort of taking care of the environment of the building which will impact, but also the people working both during the construction stage and post-occupation stage. So these are the basic issues through which the environment assessment is done. And I think I'll take the line of Dr. Varshney to say that what the issues we face are. I don't think that I'm also mostly on your side. Sometimes we sit on this side. So what the issues from this side, I'd like to also tell you. So first of all, the land itself is a big question, and you see that the bigger the proponent, the larger the proponent, bigger the issue about the ownership of the land. Because if the proponent was supposed to give us full details of land, so in fact, in our evaluation, we spend about 30% of time in discussing the issues on the land itself and who the actual owner are. The bigger the proponent, I think bigger the fraud, I should say. Now, the second issue is, of course, as you said, that the proponent has to describe this project or appears to present this project in Form 1, 1A, and the conceptual plan. Second issue is the project detail summary. As Dr. Mayank also rightly said that there are many times to think that just because we're looking at the environment, we don't have to see any plans or anything, and they just come and present the phase summary. But we're not looking at the phase summary, we're looking at the plans prepared by the proponent, their location and the issues surrounding it. And even sometimes the rudimentary plans are also not submitted. I think that one floor plan or a typical floor plan will suffice for the entire building, which is not correct. And so many times it is rightly said that they have to be asked to come again. But what we want is the plan itself also, that apart from understanding the location and the site, that what are the various flows of the users being put into and their rights and wrongs are. And apart from that, being an architect, I expect also some elevations, sections have to be given so that we get full understanding of what the project is all about. And the equally connected issues are the problems of parking and of course landscaping. We try to give a lot of due weightage to the landscaping. The reason being, landscape can control the microenvironment of the area, or it can modify it. So that means the judicious landscaping becomes very, very important, or probably as important as the building plan itself from the environment point of view. The next one is of course the infrastructure. As you can see that everybody dwells into the infrastructure, starting with water and sanitation, and the effluents, and then the solid and the other all waste service, and electricity policy. But what the issue here is that it is the, I don't know whether we as a nation are dishonest or we as a proponent are dishonest. Most of the time the information submitted are not accurate or up to the mark, or many times they're outdated. And as you know, after all, we are Indians, and I have to emphasize the fact again and again that cutting pasting is becoming more and more obvious. The larger number of projects we have, we find that even, for example, hospital project, whether it's Guru Tegh Bahadur or AIIMS, the title remains same, only the internal thing, title changes, but the rest of the things are the same. So what do you do, and in Delhi, we've been trying our best to see that we have zero discharge projects. That means whatever we receive from the municipal bodies or authorities, or what we extract from the ground, should be used to maximum. Yeah, I'm coming to this. I'll finish it off soon. So the issues are, I also don't understand the wisdom of the ministry or the government or the scientific community as a whole. The water harvesting is becoming a buzzword or a misused word. Every budget talk about water harvesting. But tell me, in a place where the aquifer itself, the first or second aquifer is already polluted, what will you do by recharging that? It's much better instead to have a surface pond or surface storage that you use in the community. So we also need to see ourselves, introspect ourselves, that what we say that sort of routine regulation, that water harvesting, solar lighting, one has to look very carefully that are we really going to help by having water harvesting for each and every project. Same thing for solar lighting also. It is best done if it is done in a group rather than individual building. So nobody thinks that way, but the solar lighting is there, so we have to put it in. So, and we being in Delhi, we also look into the construction process during construction, look into the health and hazard aspects of the workers who are working in that area. And of course, unfortunate part in India, there is no dearth of regulations. We are overruled, we have got laws which are more than necessary. I personally think, and I'll stop with this discussion here, we're saying that we need to introspect ourselves. No point, saying that we should send them jail. This is not a way to solution of environment, We have to introspect ourselves, then what best we can do, each person, whether he's a proponent or an expert or a consultant, or in the government or in the private sector, are we doing our jobs properly or not? That's what's important. So I don't believe that by enacting new laws, new legislation, we're going to help the environment. We need to introspect ourselves. That what best we can do, are we playing our part more effectively or not? So I'll stop here. I'm ready for any questions of any kind from environment.